Chapter 1. 1160 honestly feels like a mirror to Chapter 1096. But this time, Oda dropped some crazy additions that completely flip the table. For starters, we finally get the full reveal of the Holy Knights. But the real star of this chapter, none other than Dragon himself. He's literally the driving force behind everything going on here, almost like the true hero of God Valley. The chapter opens with a brutal scene, the celestial dragon straight up stabbing and torturing slaves on stage. And among them, Oda shocks us with the reveal of Rox's wife and her son, Teach. The way Oda draws her even mirrors Nico Robin's mom, Olivia. And guess what? Oda already hinted at this connection in an SBS. Someone once asked, if Blackbeard wasn't a pirate, what would he be? And Oda replied, he'd be an archaeologist. Boom! That line alone suggests Teach's mom might have been connected to Ohara, maybe even Robin's mother's sister. If that's true, it explains why Teach has such deep knowledge of the Void Century and why his ambitions scream revenge against the world government. But it doesn't stop there. Out of nowhere, a massive giant about the size of Kuma shows up wearing a straw hat, and Oda heavily hints that he's a buccaneer. Now, if you tie this with Rox being from the mysterious Davy clan and his obsession with Davy Jones, the dots start connecting. This giant might actually be the representation of Joy Boy himself, meaning Joy Boy's true name could be Davy D. Jones. Meanwhile, we cut to Saturn hanging around with none other than the mysterious Garling Figureland. Even though he's not the official leader of the Holy Knights, the fact that he's right there with the Gorosei shows his insane importance to the world government. Right after that, Oda drops another bomb, Shanks' mother pleading with Dragon to save her children. Dragon rushes in immediately, showing this isn't his first time stepping foot on God Valley. He's clearly been here before. And then comes the death game. The celestial dragons are riding ducks. Yeah, the same kind of ducks from Alabasta that Vivi used. We even saw Garling riding one back in 1096, which made people theorize he might be connected to Alabasta. But now it looks like the celestial dragons have multiple noble families who use these ducks as their mounts. Next up, we get a wild scene with Gunko, and she's straight up slaughtering slaves with her arrows, using the exact same fighting style she showed off against the Straw Hats in the present timeline. But here's the thing, I'm still convinced Gunko isn't her real name. My theory, she was once a prize in some twisted celestial dragon game, just like how Shaki was treated back in the day. The family that won her was the Mainmar clan, but somewhere down the line, Imu-sama took interest in her. Maybe Imu even made her a vessel, using her as a way to observe and influence events from the shadows. If that's true, then Gunko's role at God Valley becomes even more chilling, because I'm convinced Emu will eventually appear through her, and be the one to personally take down Rox. And Oda's connections? Still insane. Remember that panel in chapter 1096, also shown in the anime, where Ivankov and Ginny stand on a rock rallying the slaves? This time, Oda adds a twist. We see Dragon watching from afar, crying in silence as he witnesses the horror. And when a celestial dragon aims a pistol at young Kuma, Dragon reacts instantly and saves him before the trigger is pulled. Absolute goosebumps moment. Then Oda flexes his art again with the arrival of the Rox pirates. Their presence alone terrifies the celestial dragons. This chaos gives Dragon the perfect chance to sneak in and rescue the twins, Shanks and Shamrock. But just when the tension peaks, the Roger pirates arrive. And the look on Garling Figureland's face says it all. He's pissed. The fun little game is over, and now he has to step up to protect the Celestials. Looking ahead, the next chapter feels like it's gonna be brutal. My bet? Rox goes on a rampage, slaughtering celestial dragons left and right. He's merciless against the world government. Roger, on the other hand, doesn't care about them one way or another. But then comes the biggest reveal yet. The Holy Knights, united in full force. 7 members total, including a stunning woman who looks eerily similar to Glingham. Could she be his mother? Or maybe part of his bloodline? It's heavily implied she doesn't make it out of this battle, and Glingham later takes her place. Same for Gunko. It looks like at least 2 of the original Holy Knights die at God Valley. That lines up with what Scopper Gaban once told Luffy, that the Holy Knights aren't immortal. Chances are he personally witnessed their deaths here. And here's the kicker. Oda is clearly taking his time with this arc. He's not rushing, he's letting the tension build, which honestly is a great sign, because if he's stretching it like this, it almost guarantees we're gonna see the entire God Valley incident play out panel by panel. And the chapter ends on a massive cliffhanger, the arrival of Marine hero Garp. The moment he shows up, chaos erupts. He immediately launches himself at the pirates, shaking the entire battlefield. For the Marines though, it's pure relief. You can see the joy on their faces the second their legendary hero steps in. Now, all signs point to the next chapter, giving us a legendary clash between Garp and Roger. That's right, we're about to witness the fight fans have been dreaming of for years. Unfortunately, Oda hits us with the pain. Next week, One Piece is on break, which means we're stuck waiting a full 2 weeks to dive back into this insane God Valley showdown. But if this setup is anything to go by, the payoff is gonna be absolutely worth it.